So we do remember the same way I told you in this lesson that certain things were a type. That man receiving his sight was a type. Lazarus being raised from the dead was a type. The rededication of the temple by the Maccabees was a type. What is it a type of? It's a type of, you should spend this time, and it ranges in dates because it's based on the Hebrew calendar, right? But it's sometime between like mid-November, early December. And what you should do during this time is you should rededicate yourself to Christ. You should take this time and you should focus on, okay, what have I done this year? Because at the end of like a Gregorian year, what have I done this year that's taken me away from Christ? What am I doing? What habits or actions do I have, right, that have defiled my temple? Who is the temple now? We are the temple. Who lives in us? Christ. So what have I done that may have defiled my temple? Have I picked up a bad habit? Have I been cursing too much? Have I not been loving enough? Have I not been forgiven enough? Right? Muta, that's hilarious. Right? Hopefully we ain't doing no muta. But what have I been doing that has been defiling my temple? And we take this time, we take this feast to remember what the Maccabees did for God, but more, right, to say, well, I want to rededicate myself to Christ Jesus. So this is how we keep the Feast of Dedication to Christ. We keep the Feast of Dedication to Christ by re-sacrificing ourselves to Christ Jesus. By saying, Christ, whatever I've done, almost like a mini Day of Atonement, I want to rededicate myself to you. Read your scriptures. Rededicate yourself to the text. Rededicate yourself to prayer. Rededicate your temple back to Christ Jesus in preparation, right, for the feast that is coming up, which is the Passover. The next feast after dedication is technically Purim, but the next full feast is unleavened bread and the Passover. This is where Christ gave his life and where we remove the leaven from ourselves. So we do the Feast of Dedication, all right, also called the Feast of Lights, by simply rededicating ourselves to Christ Jesus, taking his time to rededicate ourselves.